So by now, most of you have probably played Tears of the Kingdom and are really enjoying it like myself. In this video, I want to discuss what's next for the series and some of my potential thoughts. Now this is a really hot take, but in my personal opinion, I would really like the next release to be a more traditional Zelda game. And I know that sounds like a jab at the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom formula, but it's really not. I really enjoy those games for what they are, and they are a ton of fun. But there's something really just special and fun about that organic, true, kind of natural Zelda experience that I've been missing for a while. You know, something in the vein of Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, that just feels more like a traditional Zelda. And like I said, that's not a jab at Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. There's just a different experience I get from those that I truly do enjoy. And I would like one more at least before we potentially shift away from that formula entirely. Now, obviously, we're not going to see a new game for quite some time. And when I say that, I would say possibly a mainline game, a new entry into the Legend of Zelda series. I would say it's safe to say we do see a spin-off, a potential top-down Zelda, which would be really awesome, or a re-release of Twilight Princess or Wind Waker. Now, the only thing in question here is what would that mean for the series from a sales perspective? Because if you have Breath of the Wild, which is coming in at 30 million units sold, which is triple of what Twilight Princess did, which was the best-selling title, and that's just the Wii version, that's not the GameCube included. Obviously, you have an audience here now that are accustomed to this Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom formula. Is it safe to say that that fan base is going to shift over towards a more traditional Zelda game? That I am not sure of. I think it's safe to say that there's millions of the 30 million that have become new fans of the Zelda series and will likely pick up the next installment, whether it be a more traditional Zelda game or something that's in the same vein of the Breath of the Wild formula. But Nintendo is a business, and a business needs to make money, and obviously they would like a sequel to hit that amount, eclipse it, or within the same range. And I just don't know if a more traditional Zelda game could really grab that audience again and bring them in and hit those numbers. And maybe internally Nintendo knows that as well, and they'd probably shift some of their metrics around or some of their sales goals around to match that. But we do have ourselves in an interesting spot here. It really does seem like this Breath of the Wild formula has almost kind of grown into a beast of its own and separated itself from the traditional mainline formula. So it will be interesting to see if Nintendo does decide to release a more traditional Zelda and see how that does sales-wise. I think receptionally and critically, it's going to do, very well. It's a Zelda game. They always do very well because they're just good games. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how the market reacts to that, because of what we've seen with Breath of the Wild and more traditional Zelda games in terms of sales. So with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.